Yo, what's up guys, Ghost here. So a lot of people have been wondering about the future of Battlefield 2042, right? They've already gotten bored of Season 1 and honestly, who can blame them with, only one map, 2 new gadgets and 1 new weapon. And no, I'm not going to count the crossbow because I consider that pretty much a gimmick, really. I think most people's takeaway from Season 1 was that the content was good. It was certainly welcome and a refreshing change, but there simply wasn't enough of it to keep us satiated, especially not for 12 weeks over the summertime. Now there are still some things to come in Season 1, like the Kaleidoscope renewal map reworks, and the Specialist overhaul, which may or may not include the actual restructuring of the Specialist into a class system, which is, I think, what we all really want. We haven't heard anything more about that yet, but that's pretty much it for Season 1 as far as I'm aware. So people want to know, when is Season 2 coming? What does the future look like for Battlefield 2042? What is the roadmap for this game and the Battlefield franchise as a whole? Well, thanks to a couple of community manager posts over on the EA forums, we may have some further indication to the answers to some of those questions. So full disclosure, as always, these are my own opinions and guesswork. None of this has been confirmed by official EA sources, so do with that what you will. So over on one of the EA forum posts entitled "When will Season 2 start?" we actually got a reply from a community manager saying, "We have said when Season 1 ends. Take what you will with that." Smiley face. Now that's an odd way to say things if he didn't want to give up the Season 2 release date right there and then. He could have easily said Season 1 ends on August 31st and we currently don't have any announcements in regards to the Season 2 start date. But he didn't say that, did he? He said take what you will with that. So my speculation is that Season 2 will begin on September the 1st, and going forward we will now have back-to-back seasons, each one lasting for 12 consecutive weeks. Now to further endorse this theory, over on another post asking about how long we will have to obtain the Tier 1 badge for Season 1 0 hour, another community manager answered there stating that the Season 1 badge cannot be progressed on or obtained after the season has officially ended, which again suggests that Season 2 will be starting up right after Season 1 ends. So let's take a look at a bit of a roadmap then. Assuming that we have back-to-back seasons, each one lasting a total of 12 weeks, this is what the dates are going to look like. So Season 1 will end on August the 31st, as we already know. Season 2 will then run from September the 1st until November the 23rd, Season 3 November the 24th until the 15th of February, and finally Season 4 from the 16th of February until the 10th of May. After that, I would fully expect DICE to stop content and most likely support for Battlefield 2042. As we all know, they have promised us 4 seasons, but that's all they've promised. So unless some miracle happens where they claw back hundreds of thousands of players, but outside of that, I just don't see them making any more content for this game. So what about after that? What about the next game and the future after Battlefield 2042? Well, usually DICE aim to start hyping up their game around the summertime, and their marketing campaigns usually start by dropping small hints leading up to bigger things like trailer releases and finally culminating in a game release around October or November. So you might say that Battlefield 2042 ending in May of 2023 is the perfect timing for them to do that and then release another game in the latter part of 2023 in October or November. However, I do think that is highly unlikely at this point, and I'm going to tell you why. That's only a 2-year release window, and honestly, whilst we have seen that before, like between Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, I have no faith whatsoever that DICE can make a competent Battlefield game in the span of 2 years. I mean, let's face it, they had 3 years to make Battlefield 2042 with God knows how many studios working on it, and I think we can all agree that they fell flat on their faces. Additionally, Marcus Lehto's currently unnamed Seattle studio, which has only just begun hiring staff, according to what we've heard so far, it sounds like they're working on like the story-driven single-player aspect of a Battlefield game. So presuming that they want to actually include that in the next title, I just don't see a game coming out as early as 2023. So 2024 then, I would say at the earliest, that means that from May 2023 until around May 2024, we probably won't hear a peep out of DICE, just like when Battlefield 5's content got cancelled. If you recall, that game released in 2018, the last major content update was the Pacific Theater in October, I think it was, of 2019, and that just about gave the game some life, into the early part of 2020, and by May 2020 the game's life support had been pulled, and we had an entire year without hearing anything until Tom Henderson arrived and he started leaking things in the early part of 2021 about Battlefield 2042, and I just said 20 way too many times. So I predict that we're going to see a repeat of that situation, and that may not be an entirely bad thing. Like, I know it's painful to wait an entire year not knowing anything, and as a content creator, I know more than most, believe me, but despite all that, DICE and EA really need to give the franchise the time it deserves, the time it needs to make a good Battlefield game. I honestly don't care if we have to wait until 2026, if I have to take my YouTube channel, which is only a hobby at this point anyway, and pivot all of my content over to another game like Modern Warfare 2 or Star Citizen or something else because of the lack of Battlefield games, then so be it. If that's what gives us an amazing game just waiting that time further down the line, then that's definitely going to be worth it. But if we get another rushed title in 2024, I honestly don't even want to think about that possibility. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you enjoy Battlefield content, and I will catch you guys in the next one.